Welcome to Moments with Marianne. This is your host, Marianne Pastana. And we're here today with special guest, Aaron Maxwell, who's here to share with us how to take our health and wellness initiatives to the next level with sound healing. So is sound healing the key to better well-being? Well, today we're going to cover just that. Aaron Maxwell is a result-driven specialist deriving motivation from witnessing the profound transformations of those seeking healing. The journey from the moment individuals walk into a session to when they walk out, healed and invigorated, is the driving force behind Aaron's passion. Aaron raises the vibration and becomes the catalyst for a positive ripple effect. Aaron's introduction to sound baths occurred during a massage session 25 years ago. Since then, gongs, bowls, and various musical instruments became integral in her methodology, extending her practice beyond traditional massage techniques. Aaron has also experienced the soothing effects of sound during her recovery from a major knee surgery, finding solace and peace in the resonant vibration. So welcome to the show, Aaron Maxwell.
Thank you so much.
What an honor it is to have you here, Aaron. I'm so excited we get to talk about sound healing. Why don't you explain for our listeners who are new to sound healing what that is?
Sound healing it's just magic. It really is just magic. It's shifting the brain waves into a deep meditative state. So most of the days of our lives, we are walking around in these high beta waves, these high gamma waves that keep us moving forward, which is good so we can get through life. However, those are the stress frequencies. So what we do with sound healing with the special tones, it really helps us get into the delta and theta waves, into the deep relaxation, into the rest, digest, and heal. So think of it as our parasympathetic system is taking us into the rest and digest. So tapping into, on a deep cellular level, into the bodies, breaking up any blockages and waking up zombie cells and getting everything to flush out any, like I said, old blockages, any old stored memories, and just helping you downshift from that high frequency go stress. Our cortisol levels are an all-time high. So really tapping in and taking you into the what I call tune out to tune in. So you tune out the rest of the world so you can really tune into the body.
Well, I love how I really believe there's a change in public perception around sound healing. And it used to be considered all woo-woo, but do you feel like that's changed?
Slowly but surely. I feel like we're finally coming back around to our roots per se. If you really look through the test of time, sound has always been there. It's, think of soothing the savage beast, or even thinking about music, how music can affect you and really change your mood. So you may be in a bad mood or cranky or whatever, and a lot of times people will reach for that music that makes them feel good. Or earlier today, I was outside just listening to nature sound bath. So if you go near the ocean, you notice you really takes you down into those calm and peaceful waves, literally the waves of the ocean and the waves of the body and the mind and the fluctuations, listening to the birds. And again, of course, the healing sound bath with the healing sound bowls and other instruments. Yes, to answer your question, we are coming down. There's so much science that is behind it, because our bodies are moving on a vibrational frequency. So if you really look at it on a grand scale, everything in the universe is a frequency, it's a vibration, which equals sound. So even if we may not hear that sound, the body does. Because we are mostly made of water and we are susceptible to vibration and sound. This is a beautiful way to tap into that deep cellular level and waking up again the zombie cells, or moving things through the body.
So, is there a difference between sound healing and sound bath healing?
So sound, it's really, I feel that it's intention. It's really about what the practitioner is bringing to the table. More of how I work with it when I'm with a group of people, it's more of a bath. So we're all bathing in this big bath together, and sharing the frequencies and the vibration, and the sound healing. And my intention is more focused on that person and healing. So we really dive deep into why a person may be coming individually as a sound healing. We're all bathing in these frequencies of sound.
Well, I am just curious, what even inspired you to explore this, sound bath healing as a career?
That's a big one. So, have you ever felt like there were breadcrumbs spread across your life leading you to a moment that you never saw coming? And then when it just shows up and it's in your face, it's so obvious, you can't turn away from it. It's just, oh my gosh, you've been there this whole time. When I look back in my life and I look at the breadcrumbs that have been sprinkled through childhood and my career, my 25 plus year career as a body worker, an energy shifter, a yoga teacher, now turned sound healer and public speaker, was this defining moment when I was talking with a colleague, a good friend and dear colleague of mine, who had just gone through this traumatic hysterectomy. And oh, when I saw her, it was just so painful. She was doubled over. Her skin actually looked gray and pale and dry, and the light in her eyes was out, and she just looked so sad. And so we talked for a while, and I said, well, I have these sound bowls and a few other instruments, and it's really been helping me with my depression, my own personal depression. Maybe we could try it. And she said, absolutely. Okay. The transformation within 20 to 30 minutes was undeniable. It was absolutely, it was amazing. She went from, like I said, that dull gray skin to having rosy cheeks, and the light in her eyes, and her lips had color again. She was standing up straight, and it was that exact moment that I knew that this was my calling, that this is what I was meant to do, that all of the things that had been leading up to this point, this was it. And I've just gone from there.
Well, we're so glad that you have. My goodness, your work is so transformational. And it's interesting to hear how these stories come because I would think in many ways that's how one can gauge how things are going by just the feedback you're getting from your clients.
Yeah, it's really, I've brought in, again, throughout my career as a massage therapist, a body worker, I've always had either music for what I call the dance around the table, and or other healing instruments. And I really have brought in so much more. And I find that my clients just drop in. That again, they tune out to tune in so much quicker. I have this amazing tuning, a weighted tuning fork that I'll put on people's forehead. And one of my clients, he said, "Oh my gosh, what did you do?" It felt like a car battery. It was like that kickstart to his brain that he'd been needing. He'd been feeling so lethargic and fuzzy brained and just overall bleh. So it's just really, it's really amazing to see how quickly just a little bit of sound, a little bit of mindfulness can go such a long way.
It sounds like sound healing really has these profound benefits physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, the list. I'll just name a few because it's really endless. The benefits from sound healing. Obviously, number one is lowering our stress levels, releasing the blockages, waking up the zombie cells, the stagnation. So zombie cells, if you don't know what they are, they're cells that are kind of literally they're half awake, half asleep, and they're trying to figure out what to do. And that's part of what causes the blockages, amongst many other things. That's a whole nother conversation. But it just helps flesh everything out and change and shift the energy. And that's really the goal, is to raise the inner vibration. It also helps with insomnia. There's times where my brain is just going a million miles an hour. I'll just turn on even my own healing sound baths, and within minutes, I'm asleep. I mean, we could go on, it's just amazing.
So, as we talk about your journey with sound healing, I know you mentioned a story earlier. Do you have other experiences or testimonials of people that have worked with you and how that has really benefited them?
Yeah, so I recently just did a private sound bath with a small group of women, and number one, I take pictures before and after a healing sound bath. The faces, they're so transformational, just that they're softer, the edges are a little bit smoother, a little more relaxed, a little less tensed. It's and everybody's just a lot calmer and sweeter. Some one woman, she said that she had an overwhelming feeling in her chest, and it was almost as if she couldn't breathe. Like she had had this awakening, and she realized she needed to use her voice more, and that she could no longer play small. One woman, she said it felt like she could feel the childhood trauma in her belly actually coming out. And she was finding that inner child again that loved to play and laugh and feel so happy and incredible. Most of the time, people are really speechless. It's that clarity. I call it the card catalog of the brain. We've have all these thoughts that are running around constantly, just pinging around, and we get fuzzy brained, and right, because we have so many things going on and trying to keep it all in order and figure out where do I go next. Just take a little sound bath, puts all of those thoughts and all those emotions and all of those feelings and everything that have been scattered around, and put it into the card catalog, so you can just go up to that drawer and go to the file cabinet and go, oh, there it is, for that easy access. It's incredible.
It is for sure, and for those folks that have like emotional releases, how
Mhm.
is that for them, and how do you work through that?
So every body is different. We all have our different experiences, and really just holding the space for the person, let them move through the emotion, just being there, letting them know that they're not alone, have them journal, go outside, go for a walk, go in nature, possibly talk to a family member or someone that you may have had an issue or something that came up, so you can clear that. Taking baths, going out into water, into the ocean, to really cleanse and really sit with it, and just know that this is just a moment, it's a blip of time, and shift that energy and move it. So now we have this awareness, it's bubbled up, we have this awareness, thank you very much, and let the energy shift. That's what it's meant to do.
Is that the way that the clients will then integrate their experiences that they gain, and that wisdom and that benefit from the sound healing?
Yes, so just really pulling that all together, and what I call holding your jello, right? So it's really just sitting in that space and recognizing it. And if you think about it, if you're holding a handful of jello, and you just want to sit with it, Can you hold it better with your palms open or if your palms are squeezed? Probably better if you just hold your jello with your palms open and just let it be. And that's part of what sound healing is slowing down, shifting out of this high go, 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 must produce in order to be successful, in order to be productive, or whatever it is. The true essence and magic really happens in that stillness, and just let it be. When you find that space, when you find that balance, and just really holding your jello and letting it be free, it's freeing for your soul.
Well, on that note, we're going to pause here for a quick break. We've been speaking with Aaron Maxwell in regards to sound healing, the key to a better life. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Are you a coffee lover who wants to make a difference? Look no further than Fire Department Coffee, a veteran-owned business that gives back to support first responders in need. Each batch of coffee is freshly roasted right here in the USA by a dedicated team of first responders and coffee experts. So when you enjoy a cup of Fire Department coffee, you're not only drinking high-quality coffee, you're supporting members of your community. Start your day with a coffee that gives back. Visit firedepartmentcoffee.com. That's fire, D-E-P-T, coffee.com.
Hey, pay attention, everybody. Amy Vaughn and myself, Dutch Mendenhall, are hosting an event. Have you ever felt like the wealthiest in America play by a different rule book? Even if you earn well, make money, invest wisely, educate yourself, there is an invisible barrier. It separates you from the financial security enjoyed by America's elite. The economic landscape changes every day. The wealthy elite know how to stay ahead of it because we play by a different rule book. At InvestWell Summit, we'll share all the plays, and we're making it to win. Spots are going to sell out fast at InvestWell Summit, so get your butt to InvestWellSummit.com and secure your seat now.
There comes a moment when you realize you're somewhere special. When you discover that each beautiful creature that you see has been rescued from a life of absolute horror and brought to this incredibly free place. Here's where their lives were forever changed and where yours will as well. Discover over 500 tigers, bears, and lions at the brand new visitor center at the Wild Animal Sanctuary just outside Denver. For more information, visit wildanimalsanctuary.org. Discover true freedom at the Wild Animal Sanctuary.
Internationally recognized and award-winning author Judy Goodman works and teaches outside the box of limited thinking. Working with people from every walk of life, her goal is to empower you to be the best you can be, no matter what the challenge is. Born with the gift of seeing beyond our normal vision, she has an extraordinary gift of working with every challenge. Teaching beyond conventional wisdom, her work is described as life-changing. Visit judygoodman.com. That's judygoodman.com.
I'd like to thank Jason Eastwood at Guitarfulness for sharing his inspiring music and talent with us. His music is known worldwide for cultivating atmospheres of harmony, inner peace, and clarity. Visit Jason's website at guitarfulness.com. Join his newsletter, be part of his community, and download his music. Welcome back to Moments with Marianne. We're here today with special guest and sound healing expert Aaron Maxwell, who's here to share with us how sound healing is the key to a better life. With sound healing, it seems that it allows for this space for our soul to be free.
Yeah, that's really my goal in life, is just to hold the space, hold the jello, be the ripple effect, right? Of positivity. I mean, we go up and down. We're not expected to be always in this high vibing, everything's great, everything's grand. We're meant to go through these ups and downs, just like you look at nature, how we have the different seasons, the light, the dark, the cold, the heat, all of the things. This is what happens. Same thing in our natural lives. It's, it's finding how, when we go into the dips, how do we come out of the dips, maybe not go so low, and how do we come out of them a little bit faster, and just not being stuck in there, and being able to to move forward and be that positive ripple effect.
So, do you incorporate intention setting or mindfulness practices at the start or during the sound healing session?
Yes. Before, as soon as someone books an appointment with me, I immediately start tapping in. I start asking questions. What is the intention? What is your personal intention for the ceremony, for you coming in, or for your luxury retreat, or for your wellness initiatives at work or in hospitals or wherever it may be? What's that intention? And I start from there all the way leading up to it, to the sound bath. And it's funny because a lot of times I may go into a session with what I call the foundation, because when I start to build a little too much, I realize once I get into that space and seeing who's there in the energy and what shows up, then I just adjust from there. So each sound bath is going to be a little bit different from the next, just depending on who shows up and what kind of energy we're dealing with. My baseline intention is always with love. And as long as you play with love, it really just transfers into the bowls, into the sound healing session, whatever instruments I may be using, and into the room and into the energy. And who doesn't love love?
So, how do you address your clients' needs? Is that something that's intuitive for you?
Yes, it's very intuitive. I think I'm very fortunate in the sense that being a body worker for 25 plus years, I already have that intuition that comes in, and being able to tap in immediately right away. So someone may come in with a shoulder issue and I may go to their glute and they'll feel it all the way up in their shoulder. So I feel like I already have that good sense of intuition already, that baseline, and just being aware and being able to feel the energy when I walk in the room. I mean, again, everything is energy. Everything in the universe is energy. Everything is a vibration. Everything has the frequency. It's vibration plus frequency equals sound. And each one of us has our own imprint. It's like a fingerprint, right? We have our own frequency that works best for us. So one instrument may be calming and soothing for one, and it may be maybe a little agitating for someone else. So when I go and I really pay attention to what's happening with the people that are in the session, and if they kind of move a little too much, then I might back off of that sound and find something that's a little more soothing. So it's just, again, feeling it out, and having that awareness of what's happening, and feeling it.
So, how can someone prepare for a sound healing session with you?
They can try to not drink coffee. Caffeine, definitely want to, no stimulants before. Uh, if you can go out into nature, that's always going to be one of my number one go-tos, is getting out, taking your shoes off, getting grounding into the earth, feeling those frequencies, feeling the energy come up. Really, I tell everybody, bring a water bottle, wear your cozy comfies, bring a blanket, anything that's going to make you feel supported and ooey gooey and loved, and have an open mind. Really just be open to what may arise, and notice and let it go.
I like that. I like that. That letting go. I mean, how often do we not do
Right,
that?
right. And really, when I think of letting, people are like, oh, let go. And it's okay. If let go is too triggering for you, some people, as soon as you say let go, you just want to grip their jello even more. So I just say, we're just letting go to create space. And what does that look like? What does that look like to create a little bit more space in the body, in the mind, in the energetic field?
So I know you work with so many people, so many clients and businesses in the work that you do. How do you maintain your own energy while you're helping people clear theirs?
I put a protective bubble around myself. I imagine myself in a white bubble, or like a pale blue bubble that really protects my energy. I go out into nature. I go for walks. I take showers. When I'm finished with a session, I do my journaling. I do all of the things, right? All the things that we're always told that we need to do, and not big deal it. Meditation may be a 5 minutes. It may be a walking meditation. So really getting myself grounded first and feeling everything that I feel and holding that space and knowing that this is not mine to hold. This is just for me to hold this sacred place for the energy to shift. And then when I do go home, I typically take a shower, change my clothes, drink water, eat healthy foods, do a sound bath for myself, quite frankly.
Okay, so who wouldn't love that, right? Oh
I
my
know.
goodness. Well, and I would think that if you're working with somebody that has like some, let's say physical injuries or emotional injuries that they're dealing with, that's got to be pretty heavy, and I would think maybe sometimes people would be a little afraid going, gosh, I don't know if I can let that emotion out because I don't know if I can stop it.
It just kind of happens though. That's why I think by holding the space is so important, and making the space feel so loved and supported and safe that you can let those emotions out. If that is the case, then I give you the tools to go home with. Again, it's the journaling. And sometimes the journal might be just a few words. It may be a bubble thought. It could be bullet points. It could be however you want to do it. A journal doesn't necessarily have to be this 5-page Steinbeck detailed kind of letter to yourself, right? It could be just, again, those few words. It could be just drinking some water, being with your animals, and tuning out, just taking that extra time to be with yourself and be okay with it. And know, again, these are just blips of moments. It isn't the total sum of who you are. This is just an aha moment that you have to go, oh, okay, that didn't work for me this time. We'll try something else. And that's okay too.
Well, you're so talented. I can't help but wonder where your sound bath journey is taking you next.
Oh, I'm so excited. I am moving into hospitals, luxury retreats, into corporations, into the high tech. So I'm in San Francisco. I'm in the epicenter of big tech and startup companies and finance. And even as a massage therapist, working with these people and seeing the kind of stress levels that they have, and being able to go into the corporate space for their wellness initiatives for their employees is it's so great, because they feel so much more supported, and their health goes up, their brain power goes up. The benefits of coming into a corporation with my quote woo woo hippy dippy stuff, with all my sound bowls and feathers and crystals and all the things, it's really fun to see that the kind of mind go from this high stress to, oh, okay, maybe there is something to this girl with her jingle jangles and essential oils. Hospitals and retirement homes is, again, another. I'm so excited about this. I recently had a major knee surgery, and although it was great, the aftercare it's kind of a bummer. And I feel like that there needs to be a shift. And we know that there's a shift and that it is coming. that on the surface that we're healing people in hospitals, but unfortunately, I feel like we've teased out a lot of other quote alternative modalities. And so being able to bring sound healing into the neonatal or cancer patients and the long-term patients in the hospitals, and really having this beautiful place for them to actually heal, not just on this physical level, on that deep cellular level, to really get down into the mitochondria of the cell and being able to heal. And of course, luxury retreats. I mean, who doesn't like to be on a luxury retreat and have a special guest wellness expert bring it all together? In at luxury retreats, we might do a little movement, breath work, meditation, and then add in the sound healing. So it's just so beautiful. I feel like we need the sound healing in the hospitals because we're so done being on pills and big pharma. And I'm here to shake up the system and reawaken everybody to, hey, this has been happening for 3, 4, 5,000 years, and there really is something to it. There really is science behind this.
Finally, for all those people that need the science, we've got that.
Oh, I love the science, baby. And this is why I love it so much. Because there's this perfect blend of science and woo, right? It's this beautiful dance of science, being that, again, everything in the universe is a vibration. Everything in the universe has an energy. Everything in the universe is sound. Oh, when you have a baby, ultrasound, right? And there's even sound waves that are breaking up in the body. The scar. I get so excited, I can't even stand it. So the science, because everything is energy, vibration, and sound. It taps in again. It taps into the nervous system. We're always in that sympathetic fight or flight, and these sounds, because of these frequencies, they're tapping into the body that each person has. It just takes you down into the rest and digest and the heal. The parasympathetic wants you to be in that homeostasis. It wants you to be in balance. It wants to deregulate. It wants you to be chill. Our bodies are mostly made of water. I say 80% of water. Our bodies are 80% of water. The earth is made of 80% of water. Because of this, we are primarily susceptible to sound. So when we have those soothing frequencies, it can't help but just heal the body. We're in those rest, digest, Mr. Sandman, take me away waves.
You gotta love that. My goodness, Aaron. I mean, you are so talented and so gifted. Where can our listeners connect with you and learn more about your work and be part of your community?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So my name is Aaron with 2 A's, not to be confused with the other way. It's Aaron Maxwell, Maxwell, like the coffee. So my business name is Max Wellness, and you can find me at aaronmaxwellness.com, or you can find me on Instagram at Aaron Max Wellness. And if you want to get in touch with me even more on a personal level, you can find me at aaronmaxwellness@gmail.com.
And I understand you have a complimentary sample of Sound Bath on your website.
Yes, I do. So actually, when you click onto my website, there's an enter button. Always you'll have a sound bath. And then when you log in and click in, you get a free sound bath, a 10 to 15-minute sound bath for your enjoyment at any time.
Well, Aaron, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with us here today.
Thank you so much. So much gratitude. I really appreciate you taking the time and listening and letting me share the gift of sound.
Well, Aaron, you are such an inspiration. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with us here today and to talk with us about sound healing. And I know so many people want to reach out to you. Again, they can do that at aaronmaxwellness.com to book an appointment and learn more about sound healing. Well, we're at the end of our time today. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. You've been listening to Moments with Marianne, where we make every moment count.
In a single moment, your life can change. Moments with Marianne is a transformative hour that covers an endless array of topics with the best of the best. Her guests are leaders in their fields, ranging from inspirational authors, top industry leaders, and business and spiritual entrepreneurs. Each guest is gifted and a true visionary. A recognized leader in her own work, and while teaching others to develop, refocus, and grow, Marianne will bring the best guest and sometimes a special surprise. Don't miss this. You never know just which moment will change your life forever. Make sure to tune in and visit momentswithmarianne.com for more information.